Coming up on the Angus Report, the association announced a cashback incentive program for ranchers who enroll their herds in MaternalPlus.
Then we head to the West Coast to visit Tehama Angus Ranch, a long-standing seed stock operation with a focus on maternal merit.
This is the Angus Report. Hello and welcome to the Angus Report. I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Clint Mefford.
Our top news this week. It takes commitment to report good data, and the American Angus Association knows that. To express appreciation, the association recently rolled out a cashback incentive program to operations that report cow and heifer production data through MaternalPlus. Angus employees Kelly Ritalik and Jerry Cassidy sat down with us to share information about the incentive.
The association recently announced that a MaternalPlus incentive is going to be added to the program. So we're really excited about this in-house because we're hoping that we gain members into the program and we gain valuable data points that are going to basically help us reach our overarching goals. So members are going to be able to get a cashback incentive once they re-enroll after their first year of being in the program. So basically what it's going to be is going to be cashback on association fees that include registration, transfers, your MaternalPlus fees, and other AHR performance recording fees you may incur, along with your membership fees. And so you're going to get an introductory 5% cashback your first year, and then each subsequent year, basically, you're going to receive a 2.5% cashback on those same fees that were incurred in the previous 12 months of your enrollment. At the association, we understand that our members' time is valuable, and so an incentive made sense to us because of the fact that we know that members are out there, whether they're running their day-to-day operations or they're working at their full-time job off-site or maybe just trying to go to their kids' afternoon activities. By asking for more data and asking them to report more information to the association, we know that there's a time constraint to that. So we actually want to reward the members who are taking the time to be a part of the program, who are going to help us build this database that's in the end going to help the entire beef industry as a whole.
The MaternalPlus program is strategically designed for our association to collect performance data from our membership to successfully allow us to predict a stayability type EPD for our commercial customers, and they've been asking for that. We often got the question about the stayability EPD and how we can get to that point. As a regional manager, I traveled the country and we would often get inquiries about stayability EPDs. And the only way that an association can get to that point with an accurate selection tool for our members to utilize is to get enough viable data from the members turned in for the program.
I am super excited about this incentive. It makes me very happy that the association is stepping up and rewarding members that are going to create this ultimate database that we're going to use for many years to come. It's a program that is very important to me, not only because I'm the only female director in AGI, so I know the value of a good female, but also for the fact that we know that the Angus breed was determined to be a maternal trait leader in the beginning, and we want to make sure that we are reaffirming that to the industry in general and making sure the Angus cow remains the queen of the beef industry.
Log in to your AAA account to enroll your herd in MaternalPlus and visit angus.org to learn more about the program.
A new farm bill proposal would allow the USDA to collect and analyze data on farm practices in a way that protects farmers and ranchers' privacy. By integrating data from the Farm Service Agency, the Risk Management Agency, and the Natural Resources Conservation Service, the USDA would set up a comprehensive and secure database available to approved researchers. Land-grant universities could access the USDA database, ultimately resulting in more accurate recommendations for conservation practices. The bill has bipartisan support and is sponsored by Senators Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota and John Thune of South Dakota.
Ranches don't have to be big to be profitable. That was Sean Tiffany's message at the National Cattlemen's Beef Association Convention in Phoenix. Sean Tiffany and his brother, Shane Tiffany, manage Tiffany Cattle Company, a Kansas-based cattle feeding and marketing operation that was established more than a decade ago. He was a speaker during Cattlemen's College, and we caught up with him to chat about what makes his customers so successful.
You don't have to be big, but you need to be a part of something big. And small ranches have a tremendous amount of influence. They have a tremendous amount of options. at their disposal that they may not be aware of. And so there's ways that smaller operations, which makes up the bulk of the cattle production chain, that they can feed cattle and get carcass data and utilize these technologies by partnering with maybe those entities that are big in order to help them have a big impact. The bulk of our customer base is smaller family farms and ranchers, and I would say half of our customer base is made up of retained ownership type operations that want to feed those cattle all the way through. One particular operation out of eastern Missouri, which is a region that is not well known for large ranches. This group of producers has banded together and they feed their cattle corporately. So when we have cattle come from this particular entity, we may have 70 head, but they're comprised of 7 or 8 different producers. And those cattle are individually ID'd, fed through the cycle, and because of individual identification and individual carcass data, we can actually get data and dollars back to the producer level, down to the exact penny. That way they can be a part of something big. The fact of the matter is, if you're working hard and spending time and energy and money to produce a better product, our philosophy is that you should get paid for that better product. And retained ownership, or at least getting the carcass data back on those calves, is one way to go about getting that payment, so to speak.
Establishing relationships and developing partnerships with ranchers across the beef production chain is a great way for smaller producers to maximize profits.
Calf scours in the first 30 days of a calf's life can stem from many causes, but dehydration is the primary reason calves get sick. That's according to John Middleton, a University of Missouri professor of food animal medicine. Without prompt treatment, a sick calf might need a trip to a vet. Middleton also says as long as a calf is standing and can suckle, it can be treated with oral fluids and electrolytes. Pathogens that cause scours are often transmitted through fecal-oral contact. Proper environmental hygiene can help break that cycle. Middleton recommends moving feed sites to help decrease that type of contact. Producers should also enroll large round bales to increase their feeding areas and reduce the amount of potential diarrhea pathogens on the ground.
It's sure safe to say there's a lot going on in the agriculture policy arena, and there have been several leadership changes in D.C. that could greatly impact the agriculture industry. For starters, President Trump's National Economic Advisor, Gary Cohn, announced his resignation last month, a loss the agriculture industry will feel. He was a great ally for agriculture during trade debates. Cohn's departure leaves Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue as one of the last agriculture spokespeople on White House trade policy. Greg Dowd was sworn in at the office of the U.S. Trade Representative and now carries a new title as Chief Agriculture Negotiator. As a past chief economist for National Cattlemen's Beef Association, Dowd is a true proponent of agriculture, and he'll be instrumental during NAFTA renegotiations. Bill Northey was sworn in as USDA Undersecretary for Farm and Foreign Agriculture Service after months of waiting for Senator Ted Cruz's hold on Northey's nomination to lift. Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue called Northey a gem in Washington, D.C., and other agriculture stakeholders applaud his confirmation. But the USDA is still without at least 4 undersecretaries. Top government posts go unfilled for various reasons, and of course, we'll keep you updated. When we return, we visit the recent winner of the Certified Angus Beef Ambassador Award.
Then we head west to Gerber, California, home to Tehama Angus Ranch. Visit Angus.org to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.